What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel to another plan with me. This week I am planning for the week that is January 22nd through January 28th, and I am using this winter floral collection from CricketPaperCo. I was going to save it, but specifically because it is for winter, I really wanted to go ahead and use it since we're still in January, and this is pretty much the last full week of January. This is a no white space kit, and I personally do white space planning, but I really love the colors of this kit, so I might actually do a little bit more of a no white space planning this week. There'll probably still be just a hair of white space, but I really do want to use most of this kit. So your first page are your quarter boxes, couple of full boxes, weekend banner, some sidebar headers and habit trackers, and then you have your half boxes and your full boxes. And then this is really why I kind of want to go into the more of the no white space planning, because I really love the colors of these ombre heart checklists. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use them the way they are instead of cutting them up like I normally do. And then you have your bottom washi, date covers, date dots, hydration trackers, a couple more quarter boxes, and then you have your glitter headers, little things, regular headers, and a couple of more half boxes. So like I said, this is going to be leaning more towards no white space instead of the way I normally plan. So that's going to be really fun to do. I'm really excited to experiment with that. So let's go ahead and get started. moving on to the sidebar, I started off with I think the most flower looking one. I don't know, it was the prettiest one I thought to me, so that's the one I put in the corner for the quote box. And then I put in a sliver of white space for my 2 habit trackers. And I used a spending header and then the weekly checklist to keep track of my spending. And then I will use a this week header plus an ombre heart checklist, and that's for any important events throughout the week that I like to keep in that one place, just to keep track of what I really need to keep track of. And then throughout the week I just scattered the rest of the full boxes because they weren't really like totally different colors or totally different colored flowers, so it didn't really, I guess, necessarily matter to me where they went. But my camera does cut off towards the end of the week, so the weekend banner will somehow magically appear on the page. So luckily I noticed it right away, and it was only maybe like a minute or 2 that got cut off, because I would have been really bummed out if I got like a whole section of my planner done and it wasn't recorded. But luckily it was only about a minute, so the weekend banner will magically appear. And then moving on to the hydration trackers, and I absolutely loved this color red. Like for the weekly checklist and the red that's in this kit, man, it is so vibrant and so pretty. That's why I really decided to go with a more no white space instead of a white space like I normally do, because these colors were just too vibrant. I couldn't let them go to waste like that, because I normally cut the ombre heart checklist just to have the checklist and use it as white space, but I just couldn't get myself to do that because the colors are just too worth it in this kit. And so you'll see me use the ombre heart checklist. And then I think I move on to the little things. Yes, I did. So Monday is for The Good Doctor, which is really, really amazing, and it's been amazing from beginning to end, so it's totally worth it if you have not watched it. And then Tuesday are the challenge, Vendetta, which is, it's kind of so-so. I'm kind of bummed that they're using like these people that I don't know very well, but it's kind of growing on me. Wednesday is Riverdale, which I put in my planner to remind myself to watch it, because Wednesdays are usually kind of hectic, and so I never end up watching it. But I put it in there to remind me at the end of the week to watch it. And then Thursdays are Grey's Anatomy and How to Get Away with Murder, which are really amazing so far. And then BuzzFeed Unsolved comes back on Friday. Oh, that was so exciting. I'm so glad that they're back. So moving on to the checklist. So as you can see, I'm using it as the full box and not cutting off just the checklist, because look at these colors. Like, you can't tell me that you would not use these full-on colors. And then somehow, I don't know what was wrong with me, I messed up Wednesday and I didn't put the hydration tracker at the very bottom with all my other little things. So luckily these stickers come off super easily without ripping the page, so it wasn't that big a deal to just move it to the bottom. And then moving on to Thursday and Friday with the ombre heart checklist, and then I don't put any for Saturday or Sunday because I usually don't need, at least not a full ombre heart checklist. Sometimes I'll use like the 3 hearts, or I'll just use half boxes, and like make my own kind of checklist in it. But moving on, I think this is where I put in yes, for the week. So Tuesday I actually started clubs. So I go to Zumba class Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and it's the Zumba class that my brother teaches. And so I guess my school knew that I did that, and so for clubs they needed a Zumba person, so they asked me if I wanted to do it, which I was kind of hesitant at first just because it makes me really nervous, which is weird because I'm a teacher, but it just like made me really nervous to know that I had to teach in front of them. But it was actually a lot of fun. It was really worth it, so I'm glad I'm doing it. And then Wednesday, I couldn't go to Zumba because I actually had a training right after school, so sadly I had to miss Zumba. Thursday was after school tutoring. Thursdays are super long days, y'all. It's like your 8 hours of teaching and then 2 more hours after school for tutoring, so it's not gonna lie, it's kind of rough. And then quarter box, because we had spirit night, which was like, we have like a fundraiser at one of the fast food places, and this time it was Chick-fil-A. And then Saturday was actually an early celebration for my brother's birthday, so I'm using a half box because I did have a training for a majority of the day, and I used the today header just to fill in some space. And then at the end of the day, in the evening, I put in another half box, and that was to go to painting with a twist for my brother's birthday, and it was really awesome. I loved the painting that we did. Oh, and then I put in that half box for Friday Zumba. So this was my week for this week. Check out my Instagram for the full spread. These are the pins that I'm using. I use the Staedtler pin for the white paper, and then I use the Sharpie for the actual stickers. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!